Today in Higher Learning, in 2009, Congress took action to protect college students from questionable marketing practices used by credit card companies. And part of that credit card reform bill was also aimed at protecting consumers who used gift cards. Students who may have received such cards over the holidays should know about these changes. And here to talk about them today is Peter Kerwin from the Rhode Island Higher Education Assistance Authority. Good morning, Peter. How are you?
Good morning. Very well, thanks.
Welcome aboard. Thank you so much for joining us today. Part of the new year, you know, everyone's gotten those gift cards and things like that. So what is new with gift cards this year?
Well, one of the things we've talked about before here is the credit card reform bill that they passed in 2009. It was targeted at some of the worst practices of credit card companies aimed at college students on campus. But one of the things that didn't get talked about in that bill was some changes they made to these gift card rules. Some of the big things that happened, one of the things they did was they required more disclosure. You can't now just charge fees for unused cards, you know, after the first few months without telling people about it. They also required that, you know, you can't kick those fees in the first year. You get to hold on to the card for a year before any fees kick in for not using the card. A lot of times people just don't realize that if they don't use the card right off the bat, they start losing value to the card because those fees start kicking in. So they really tried to address some of the worst practices in those cards and kind of clean it up so that people know what they're getting and have the ability to use all of the money that was actually used, you know, to buy those cards.
Right, and a lot of times, like you said, people do tend to drag out that gift card and they won't use it for a couple months, not knowing about those hidden
Exactly,
fees.
they forget about it. You know, it's like anything else. Yeah, I got the gift card. Oh, I'll use it some other time, you know, whenever I get a chance. But you forget about it and think no big deal. But what you don't realize is it's costing you money to do that.
Right.
So one of the things people need to really think about is use those cards right away. If you get it, use it. That way you're getting the full value of the card instead of having it eaten away by fees that you don't really need. The other thing that's important too is for people to really know the terms of these cards and understand what they're getting into. A lot of different cards are out there now. You've got these prepaid cards that are, you can reload them and automatically add money to them. Those cards aren't covered by this legislation, so that doesn't count. If it's a prepaid card that was offered as part of a promotional deal or part of a loyalty program, it's not included, so they can rack up all those fees pretty quickly in those cards. So it's important for consumers to know what they're getting into when they buy these different cards.
Very true. Great advice from Peter Kerwin. And you know what? If you have those gift cards, make sure you go out and start using them.
That's right.
Thank you so much, Peter, for joining us. And for more information on College Bound Fun, head to foxprovidence.com.